So I did something really wholesome this weekend, and I'm still thinking about it. I went to this self-care workshop at a space called Studiomooi in Toronto, and oh my god, it was exactly what I didn't know I needed. The second I stepped inside, it felt like a hug. This studio has this warm, creative vibe, like walking into your cool friend's art studio that also happens to smell amazing. Tanya, who runs the studio, greeted everyone like we were old friends. She's the kind of person who makes a space feel safe without even trying. Just good energy. There were teas, cookies, little snacks, and people of all kinds just there to take a break and make something with their hands. My friend Tina came with us. She's usually modeling or working non-stop, so this was such a fun grounding shift for her too. Our instructor for the day was Kasha, the founder of Made by Me Call, and I swear, she's part DIY genius, part skincare fairy. She told us how she started making her own soaps after realizing most store-bought ones had animal fat in them. And as a vegetarian, she was like, nope, I'll make my own. And then, just like that, her pandemic craft turned into a whole beautiful small business. She makes everything by hand, keeps it simple, vegan, and clean. No fluff, no weird ingredients you can't pronounce, just good stuff. At the beginning, they shared a QR code with everyone. It linked to all the instructions and ingredients in case we ever wanted to recreate everything at home. Honestly, that was such a helpful touch, because let's be real, I probably wouldn't remember all the ratios once the tea and essential oils kicked in. We started with candles, first by adding a little warning label to the bottom of the tin. Totally optional if you're making it for yourself, but definitely important if you ever plan to gift or sell them. Once the works were set, it was time for the melted wax. Kasha brought out this big metal boiler filled with smooth, warm soy wax that had already been perfectly melted. She poured it into little paper cups for us to work with, and it felt like we were about to do something special. After we poured the wax, we set the candles aside to cool. They needed about 20 to 25 minutes to fully set. Once they started firming up, we could decorate them with dried florals, petals, and little extras. Totally optional, but honestly, such a cute and personal touch. And here's a fun fact I didn't know. Candles actually have a memory. That very first burn sets the tone. If you don't let the wax melt all the way to the edges the first time, the candle will tunnel and never burn evenly again. Honestly, that blew my mind. I think I've ruined half the candles in my apartment without even realizing. Also, good to know, it's really important to trim your wick before lighting your candle. If it's too long, the flame burns too high, and that can lead to weird smoke or those burnt unwanted scents. Next up, bath salts. And this part genuinely made me feel like a tiny apothecary in training. We started by gathering our ingredients: Himalayan salt, baking soda, essential oils, all plant-based, gentle, and totally skin-loving. To keep it intentional, we used this little digital scale to measure everything out. And honestly, that part was kind of magical. We each had a white mixing bowl and slowly started blending everything: salts, baking soda, essential oils. There were earthy scents, floral ones, bright citrus blends, grounding notes. It honestly felt like mixing aromatherapy with a little bit of intuition. And when I tell you we got to decorate, I mean petals, herbs, dried flowers, all these delicate little touches that made it feel like something you'd find in a boutique spa. Some people went full floral goddess, others kept it minimal and modern, and both were perfect. This part really reminded me why workshops like this actually matter, and not just in a cute feel-good way. When you're using your hands, tuning into your senses, and focusing on something real and tangible, your brain responds. Studies have shown that creative activities like this lower cortisol levels, that's your stress hormone, while boosting dopamine and serotonin, which support mood and motivation. You're engaging multiple senses at once: touch, smell, sight, which helps ground your nervous system and brings you into the present moment. It's not just relaxing, it's regulating. And because your brain is focused, calm, and in flow, it becomes a space where creativity naturally happens. That's why this kind of self-care actually sticks with you. It's not a quick escape. It's something your brain genuinely benefits from. Then came the part that honestly made me feel like a mini skincare formulator. We made our own moisturizing lip balm. We started with this soft, nourishing base, shea butter, coconut oil, and a plant-based wax to keep it 100% vegan. Everything was gently melted down until it turned into this silky, creamy texture. And of course, I added a few drops of vitamin E oil because not only does it protect your lips from dryness and free radicals, it also helps with skin regeneration. Basically, it's your lips' best friend. Just a quick heads up, this step moves fast. If the mix starts to thicken up while you're pouring it into those little lip balm pots, don't panic. A few seconds of gentle heat will bring it right back to that silky texture. Easy fix. Then we moved on to something a little more therapeutic, making our own aromatherapy roller blends. We each got these sleek glass roller bottles and a tray full of essential oils to play with. Lavender, eucalyptus, peppermint, sweet orange. Each one had its own vibe, and it was up to us to blend whatever we needed most. We used fractionated coconut oil as the carrier and added a few drops of our chosen essential oils. Kasha encouraged us to trust our instincts to smell pores and go with what felt right. No strict recipes, just intuition. And somehow, each blend felt really personal. Once we finished, we popped in the roller tops, sealed them up, and gave them a gentle shake. And that was it, our very own pocket-sized potion. Honestly, I've been using mine ever since. It's like a little reset button in a bottle. We finished things off by adding labels and sealing everything up, giving our handmade self-care goodies that final polished touch. By the end, we each had a full self-care kit, all handmade, all vegan, all beautiful. Candles, bath salts, lip balm, oil roller, labeled, decorated, and packed up with so much love. Alright, that wraps up today's video. If you're into events like this, definitely check out Studiomooi's website. They've got more workshops coming up. I've already got my eye on the polymer clay earring one, and if you like this vibe, make sure to like, comment, and follow along. I'd love to know. What kind of workshop would you want to try next?